It's always kind of fun to talk about our programs at Moorhead, and I got a couple short ones here that I wanted to tell you about. It's kind of hard to. I wonder if I can get around this way. I got to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's better. Okay, just a couple of quick projects. Now I'm pressing, but I'm not getting anything. I'm pressing down. Oh, okay. I just wanted to show you this real quick here. This is a thing that we've developed here at Moorhead that I think is kind of unique. This is really a product of advanced manufacturing. This thing is a printed satellite. It's printed with the lights out. Technology. Okay. It's printed with a laser sintering process and special material called wind form that can go into space. This is same size as a 3U CubeSat. It has a very special purpose in that it's a satellite that launches other satellites. There were some satellites that were made one time called TubeSat, and they never were able to get them launched, and so that's what this is for. But the thing that's kind of unique about this, let's see, I'm pressing, okay, is this going to go up on the International Space Station and be launched just like these satellites. And then after it's out for one day, it's going to open the door and these other satellites come out. But the thing that's unique about it, you can't quite see it here, underneath the electronics are some batteries. And one of the requirements of the batteries is that we had to have some absorbent material in case the batteries would leak. So the question was, well, what do we use for that absorbent material? And we thought, well, it'd be kind of nice if there was something we could use from Kentucky. So I was at a conference in Louisville, and there was a lady showed some stuff, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe that's what we ought to use. Looked a lot like this. And it turned out this lady, Allie, has some stuff called wicked sheets. And this is some special sheets that have a really unique absorbent property. And I said, oh, that's what we need to put in the satellite. So we've got a little bit of Allie's sheets, and we're going to put that inside of our satellite. So wicked sheets from Kentucky are going to be launched on the space station this year. So I think that's a good example of it. I don't know what the rest of the world was going to think about wicked sheets coming from Kentucky, but anyway, I think that's a good application. We had some really good information on exomedicine, and we have a really kind of neat project, and then we know that there's a lot of stuff going on the space station. And one of the things that we want to do things on the space station is for the microgravity that's there, pure vacuum, and sometimes there's an advantage to the radiation that's there. Okay, so they found out you can make stem cells in microgravity, and these stem cells, are used for a lot of different things, for strokes and heart damage and so on. But one of the problems with that is that that we have to get the stem cells down. But we are working with a doctor, a medical doctor that's at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida, and he's a leading researcher on stem cells for strokes. And we've got this project. Since I'm waving this and he's hitting the button. Okay, so you can use them for treatment for heart diseases. You can use them for lots of different things. Here's a cover from the Time magazine talking about the revolution that stem cells are going to cause. Here's something that I thought was interesting. At the University of Michigan, they've been able to coach stem cells into making mini lungs. So, you know, that's really quite an accomplishment. Also, they think that space is going to produce something that will really help Alzheimer's disease, and I'm hoping for that if I need it. Next. So what's new? Stem cells, they've found out, they think they're going to grow about 10 times as fast in microgravity and much, much better quality than what they can grow on the ground. Next. So stem cells are produced on the ISS, but they have a problem with the return of these stem cells. Right now, the only way to get stuff back from the station is every 3 months on the Dragon capsule brings stuff back, and they would like to get things down a lot quicker. And of course, the Dragon capsule comes back on some parachutes, and they pick it up in the ocean. And what we'd like to do is have a better way to do that, and we would like to return those on demand with some sort of re-entry capsule like we're seeing here. So we've got a project we call CDTX. You gotta have an acronym. Cool Drop Test Experiment. So we got asked to work with Dr. Zubair and some other people to bring back samples from, do some testing for bringing back samples from the International Space Station. And next one, please. Well, somewhere up there, I can't find it. What we're going to bring back is a little vial that's full of stem cells. And these are the people that we are working with. Kennedy Space Flight Center, Mayo Clinic, NASA Ames, a company called Terminal Velocity Aerospace, and Near Space Corporation. And we're going to do a balloon flight in April next month at Tillamook, Oregon to test this capsule. Next. So, what we have to do is we have to take these stem cells and we have to put them in a device like you're seeing up here on the stage, and we'll show you that in a minute. And it has to go up in space and come back down, and what we've got to do is maintain these stem cells at a given temperature. Next. And the capsule looks like this. It's really not very big. This is the physical size of that base that you see that's got there. Next. And what happens is the flight of the balloon goes up, it releases the capsule comes back down, and we have to put things inside of this and maintain the stem cells and have a data logger that keeps track of it. And our object is to keep those stem cells between a temperature of minus 80 degrees and minus 40 degrees. Now that's pretty cold. Next. So this is what the capsule looks like, and we have this cube over here that we have to put something in. Next. And here's the students that are working on it. You see, they've really got the problem solved there. You know, I think most of them are awake. I don't know whether we have any of them here or not. But anyway, our solution turned out to be to use a thermospotter. And you can see the vial that the stem cells will be in there. And so what we're going to do is we cool the stem cells down in dry ice to at least minus 80 degrees centigrade, put them in the thermos bottle air. We have temperature sensors on the stem cells, and then we put this unique material called cotton balls in around them to hold them and keep the vibration on. We put the lid on the thing, then we cool that whole thing down as much as we can. Next. And so here the stem cells go into this thermos bottle. Then we have a data logger that we put in another thermos bottle, and then this thing over here goes into the test cube, and then the other one we have the data logger in, and it's hooked. On the capsule can be from minus 50 as a maximum to plus 30. So that's what the data logger is going to see externally. But it'll only work from minus 20, not minus 10 to plus 20. So we got to keep the stem cells cold and the Arduino logger warm. Next. And we got to do that for 5 hours. Next. So this is what we've got for our students. Really a challenge that I think is really fun. It's exciting for the students. it's some of the best education I think we get, because look at the people we're working with. They're working with this leading scientist that's in the Mayo Clinic and participating in what I think is the real future, because we want to get those stem cells back. We're not growing stem cells, we're finding a way to get them back. Growing these stem cells on the ISS. And so we look at it as really the opportunity for future cures for disease. I always think about working on CubeSats. It's a lot of fun, but you know what? Nobody's going to get a Nobel Prize for a CubeSat. You might get a Nobel Prize for doing something here next. And we're doing this exomedicine kinds of stuff at Moorhead next. Okay, so training highly qualified workforces, reach to build Kentucky businesses next. So we're leading the future in making effective return value on the use of space, and it's fun. Yeah, thank you. Questions? Yes, sir.
Where's your funding coming from?
It's called out of pocket. Actually, Professor Malthus kind of reimburses some of it, but it really is. Most of it's out of pocket. And it's not, thermos bottles are fairly economical, and the little Arduinos. We probably got everything that flies there. We probably got a total of $100 in it. But what a deal, what a deal. So a student and one of our faculty members, where's Bob? Anyway, right back there, he gets to go up to Tillamook for that balloon flight. And they're working with people from Kennedy Space Center. We got the doctor from Mayo. We got NASA Ames. We got all these people. The students are on telephone calls with them. They're doing all kinds of stuff. And that's potentially future jobs there for them. I think it's some really good things. And I really get excited about the exomedicine, because I think this is where space is going to really produce some great things.
Where do you see some of the near-term entrepreneurial opportunities for startup businesses in space?
Well, one of the things is you've seen that thing there called a TU pod. Another fellow and I have started a business, and so that's a business that we've got now of building things that go on the space station. And I think that will lead us into, potentially I'd like to lead that as into doing things for exomedicine, because we've now got the advanced manufacturing experience, and we will have gone through the process with that, with getting it on the space station. So I think that's a place. I think exomedicine to me at Moorhead, and I hate to say this maybe to Ben, but to the Space Science Center, I think 5 years from now it's going to eclipse the satellite business. You might not like that. Question? Okay. Thank you so much for your time.